You can believe in God and not follow a religion at the same time. I feel like God is a personal choice, whereas religion is something enforced on you either by your parents, the people you grew around with, or something else. The problem is that religion is made by humans, whereas God is a central idea. You can believe in Jesus Christ and not take part in any religious activities. You can believe in Allah and not take part in Ramadan. All the ideas from religion that are brought into culture come from humans themselves. If you truly believe in a God, then it should be alright for you to worship them without following any of the so-called customs a religion offers. For instance, if you are a worshipper of Allah, you should not get mad when someone doesn't do the fast, nor should you be able to question their morals. I attend a mainstream Protestant church for socialization and volunteer work. I don't believe God Jesus won't love me if I don't attend a church every Sunday. Religions have been and are used to control people, particularly women, which is why I left the religion of my childhood. My favorite saying for this is, I'd rather be in the mountains thinking of God than in church thinking about the mountains. You can definitely believe in God and even have a personal relationship with God, but disagree with Christianity as a religious institution. Or disagree with the way people who claim to be Christian behave. I grew up a Christian, but several years ago I decided Deism makes a lot more sense. I took the same journey. Regardless of what I think of Christianity or other organized religions, I struggle with the idea of why there is anything at all. It's not enough to point to the Big Bang for me. What came before that? It's difficult for me to not believe in some sort of divine power, whether it be a traditional deity or simply the grad student in a lab running our universe's computer simulation. People forget that Jesus himself disagreed with the religious institution in his time. Basically me, I believe in Jesus and I have a personal relationship with God, but I don't like to associate with a church. Church nowadays is very money-oriented. Give us your money so the pastor can have nice shit. If you truly love Jesus, is basically the message of most sermons today, it seems. Church back in biblical times was a place for believers to gather, but over time it was corrupted to where it is now, and I'd rather not associate with them. I don't consider myself religious, but instead I focus more on the spiritual side of things. Yeah, I was raised Catholic and I like participating in holidays and rituals, but personally I don't think God is hyper-focusing on our sexual activity, especially now that we can understand and mitigate the risk. I believe in focusing on being kind to others and making positive change. Also, I knew a nun that ate meat during fast days cause she said all food is a blessing. Be a part of an institution if you want, as long as they let you have your opinion. But where does your belief in God come from? It stems from a religion that you are familiar with or that is local and current. A person doesn't develop a belief of God in a vacuum. Notice how everyone in this thread are referring to a modern God. No one mentioned Zeus, Ares, or Ra. That's because those religions are extinct and do not shape people's current version of God, but a few thousand years ago they did. Your belief is shaped by a religion, so some of the religion is imparted on you, and therefore it would be really hard to distinguish what you really believe and what is imparted on you. Now you are picking and choosing what parts of religion are true and which are not, which in itself is a form of religion. It's just unorganized. You can believe in God without following a religion, but then you can't call yourself a member of that religion. In Hinduism, you can cherry-pick the parts you like and throw away the rest. And you can oppose this religion to any extent, but still be Hindu. In Hinduism, if a person doesn't want to go to a temple for all his or her life, doesn't do anything remotely religious, can still be a Hindu. A Hindu can celebrate Diwali as well as Christmas, nobody will bat an eye. He can go to a temple as well as a dargah or a church or a monastery to pray and still be a Hindu. As a Catholic, you have to believe in the dogmas of the church. Those are essential to the Catholic faith, and without them, you can't consider yourself Catholic. Other teachings are up for debate, and you don't have to follow all of them. Every religion has defining characteristics. Christians believe that Jesus is God's Son of God. It's a core belief of the religion. If you don't believe that, then you can't call yourself a Christian. Muslims are monotheistic and believe there's only one God. Someone who believes in multiple gods, by definition, cannot be Muslim. I'm not saying you aren't free to believe what you want. I'm saying words have meaning. Nope. I'm a baptized and confirmed Catholic. I can never go to church again and still be a Catholic. Jews are the same. That's usually classified as deism, isn't it? That's what I thought too. I don't think this is unpopular or uncommon at all, actually. I wish there was a stickied comment on every thread that asked, is this really unpopular? Upvote for yes and downvote for no, and if it gets downvoted then the post gets flared as popular opinion. A similar system is in place at Crucify. Adding to this, you can absolutely view the Bible or other religious texts as a general guide, without having to believe it word for word. Good Samaritan, passages of Christ saying to love thy neighbor, there's some healthy stuff in there you can enjoy and live by, without having to literally believe in two of every animal on some boat. New Testament has a lot of good shit. If people actually live by those principles, things would be pretty alright. Most of the world thinks like this. This is not an unpopular opinion. The unpopular opinion is the reverse. That you have to follow all the rules in the scriptures to be a good religious person. Think Westboro Baptist Church or ISIS. Now think about how popular those groups are. Religion is a group experience by definition. Faith is a personal matter, again by definition. There's a reason why it's usually referred to with possessive pronouns. That's our religion but my faith. The people who won't accept this are less concerned about your soul and more about their own ego. Well, you can't seriously believe the whole universe came to life with just luck, there has to be a creator eventually? Most physicists and astronomers would also agree with you. The problem is never the belief in a creator. The problem is the belief in an interfering God. Believing there is an entity watching you, interacting constantly, judging you, listening to you, etc. is just plain bizarre. It is no different than a psychiatric illness like those where you hear voices. But everyone, even if they follow a religion, still has their own idea of what God is. So in a weird way I always think everyone is following their own personal religion. Same as how when reading a novel every reader will have a different idea of what the characters, setting, etc. look like in their mind's eye, even though the words are the same. This is not an unpopular opinion. An unpopular opinion would be, you can follow a religion and not believe in God. The biggest example of that is the religion of atheism. Boy, do they get mad when you call atheism a religion, haha. That's how you know it is one.